Welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast. We talk about the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes. What's going on? And Chris Abacon.
What's going on, everybody?
What's going on? Welcome back from vacation. Daniel will be back next couple of weeks. But yeah, we can't wait to hear more about it. So I'm already alluding to what you'll be talking about. But hit up all of the websites that go by our name, The Other Side of the FW, The Other Side of the Firewall, Ask CISSP. Because, yeah, we have lots of content. So we have almost 600 episodes. Now we have articles. So I think I've written about 50 or 60 articles. And then we have a newsletter. So every week on Fridays, we push out all the stuff you should know about, as well as a little bit about our lives in there as well. So without further ado, though, how was your weekend, Shannon?
It wasn't too bad. Didn't take in a lot. I started to watch a couple of the playoff basketball games. I haven't paid attention to basketball that much. Let me not say I haven't paid attention. I haven't watched basketball games that much this year, but some of these playoff games are on point, man. They're having some good endings. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it goes. Like, you tune in at the end, like, oh, this is the best part. You know what I mean? But they've been having some good series out there, man. It's kind of crazy. I know some people thought the Nuggets were just going to get ran out the building, and I was telling people, I was like, Game 3, I was like, even though they're not at home, they're going to come back with a vengeance. And they came back with a vengeance. They were like, no, this is not how we're going to go out. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to win the series, mind you, but I knew they weren't going to get swept. That just wasn't going to happen. I did watch the first one of the probably third episodes of Fallout. Man, I don't know.
You're not feeling it?
I know the first one is built up, right? That's what they did. Like, they're establishing, and doing that. And I got a little bit into the second episode, and I don't know. I'm just kind of, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
I'll give it more time, but I'm like, I didn't get to finish through it like I wanted to. But the second episode is where I'm at, and I'll continue with it. I always try to give it 3. Like, they're very seldom do I quit when it's less than 3. But I'm just like, but I don't have the background of the games either, right? So I don't have the nostalgia to fall back on.
Right.
I don't have like knowing where this is going to go. Like, if you're in the beginning and you see it, you're like, oh, I know where that's going to go, based off the game or whatever, right? If it's truly based off the game, because I know with Halo they kind of took some creative license for some of the stuff they did.
So it falls in the same universe, but it's a sequel to like one of the first games, like the second game or something like that, but not really. Like, so it's completely independent, basically. Like, it's in the same universe, so the show is like a game in itself.
So, but they're still showing stuff from the game, though, right? Like, some of the stuff you see is from the game, like
the iconography, like the Pip-Boys and the bobbleheads and things of that nature. Yeah, that's straight. Like, they took actual art assets. They took art. They 3D printed sets from the game to put into the show. That's
nice.
Dedicated they were. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, and again, like, you've told me it's good. My oldest son has told me it's good, and I'm like, all right, I'll see it. And it does have its fair amount of gore, like in the first episode. I'm just like, it's okay. They're doing it up. And then in the second one, I think they're gonna get some more of that as well. But I'm gonna give it a shot. But yeah, it's not pulling at me like it is for some people, I guess. But again, don't have the background for it. But that's been pretty much it for me. Actually, last night the wife and I, we actually did so today, behind the scenes, it's Mother's Day today when we're doing our filming. But last night my wife and I went out to a dinner at this restaurant that was actually pretty good, and it was just us, the two of us, right? Because usually when we go out, we take the younger two with us. You know what I mean? My oldest son, he's usually doing his own thing, but we had a good pre-Mother's Day dinner, just us being together, talking and whatnot. We always love it, but the food was actually good too. So we had a good time doing that. But other than that, been fairly chill. Nothing much going on. What about you, Chris? Give us the spiel, man. I want to hear about this.
Yeah, for sure. But the first comment, though, I do want to put out there that I have been a Timberwolves fan since the KG days, late 90s. I've been since I'm not watching the first KG yet. I was going to games when we were like getting destroyed. I survived it. Johnny Flynn and David Kahn, back when I was living in Minnesota, where I'm from. I used to go to games, and like every game I went to, we lost terribly, right? But like, I've been living in Minnesota for a while, but it need to see the Timberwolves finally succeed in some capacity with Anthony Edwards, people hailing him as, potentially the leader of the next generation of basketball players. It's exciting watching him. He's cool. He's definitely got that, mentality. Nobody can replicate the Mamba mentality, right? But he's got something. He's got some special sauce there that he's definitely pretty in 3 games. So I'm really happy about that.
They're saying he's the next Jordan, man. Like, I keep hearing that they're like the next Jordan. I'm like, woo, that's high praise.
He has the way he does his fadeaway jumpers, the way he shoots his three, and the way he conducts, like the way he talks trash is very similar to the old. We grew up watching basketball in the 90s and 2000s, right? You just remember how physical they used to be. So to me, like watching physical basketball makes me excited for basketball again. Yeah, but other than that, like I've actually I haven't watched any Timberwolves game this year, right? Believe it or not, because I am a jinx. Every time I watch, every time I watch the team that I want to win, they lose. I'm just like, you know what? I haven't watched Timberwolves all season, and it must be working because they've been winning recently, right? I didn't watch any of their games when they swept the Suns. I was like, okay, there are 2 games, maybe I should start watching it. Nope. I am not watching any of these games because if I watch a game, they're going to lose. Like maybe the fact that I'm talking about them right now means we're going to lose the next 3 games.
Oh no, you messing them up.
Yeah, maybe, right? But I'm going to continue my tradition of not watching the teams that I love. 1, it helps my blood pressure, and 2, it's like I'm just going to keep it like that, right? Maybe I'll watch the less. If they get to the NBA Finals, I'll watch. Actually, you know what? Maybe I won't.
Right, don't watch them win.
Oh, heck no.
Watch the highlights when it's over.
Exactly, I'm a highlight guy. But anyway, I want to talk about my vacation. So I got back from Costa Rica, and I will say that that's one of the best vacations I ever took. One thing about Costa Rica, doing the initial research about it, is that, to get anywhere, there's San Jose, which is the capital, but to do anything, to get anywhere, you got to rent your own vehicle or charter some kind of shuttle everywhere. But, to me, it's not. There's nothing like exploring a country, driving on, roads for the first time itself. So we decided to rent a car. Luckily, it was a 4x4, which we didn't need to get up to our first destination, which was the Monteverde region. The Monteverde region is a high elevation rainforest. It's literally called, in Spanish, Monteverde means green mountain, but it's literally the rainforest in the clouds. Right, so it was beautiful. Right, the drive up there is kind of crazy because it did get dark. I was like, "What? This 2000s Mitsubishi Montero 4x4?" Right? It was. The lights weren't as powerful as I wanted them to be, right? But like, it did get a little bit. The roads were very wild, right? But we did make that to Monteverde in our hotel, which was amazing. Food is incredible. One thing that I do take, I do miss, living in Florida is now that I live in Florida. The tap water up there, man, it's like it's apparently some of the best in the world. Like,
wow.
I know people do up in they're from the New York region, have really good tap water up there up north. But yeah, the tap water, they're like, yeah, everyone here did your tap water. It's amazing. And obviously, it was amazing. It was like having your I've got my Crystal Geyser, or what is it? Park.
I was gonna say, like,
what is it?
Dasani water coming out the faucet.
I got Dasani water coming out of the faucet. I mean, it was amazing, right? And
is Zephyr something down there?
Zephyr Hills down here. Yeah, we got Zephyr Hills. But Zephyr Hills is actually pretty hard water, by those standards. It is very delicious, but it is harder than Crystal Geyser or what's the one in DC, Virginia, Deer Park. It's the same company, Nestle, right? And what is it on the West Coast? Added the water to swim. The Nestle brand. I'm going totally off topic. They own, like, they have a huge, not necessarily a monopoly, huge operation in the United States where they have local manufacturing strings, and then they produce these specific drinks for the region, right? So for us here in Florida and South, we got Zephyr Hills. Virginia, you got Deer Park, and then you got like Crystal Geyser.
Just learned
like that.
Now. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it was under Nestle. I didn't know that. I thought they were all their own things.
Yeah, Nestle, man, that's another rabbit hole, but I will get there. But yeah, the water was amazing. What we did was we did some night tours, right? We basically walked the rainforest, in certain regions, in the dark with a tour, right? With a tour guide with these lights, and he had some kind of, he's got his tools, but we were able to see like sloths at night, like certain lizards, some birds. I saw a golden beetle for the first time, right? I was like, whoa, this thing looks like a flying 12 karat or 24 karat gold piece of that. Like it was amazing. And then we did also see a coffee. We saw coffee being produced. Well, it wasn't being produced. So we visited a coffee farm, which they do grow coffee up there. They talked to us about the history, how the economy works up there with workers coming down from Nicaragua to pick, blah, blah, blah. And they talked about different processes for coffee, right? So it's some of the best coffee I ever had was up there. And most fun was we did our zip line tour up in that region. I think one of the longest zip lines in the world. You guys have been zip lining, right? Where you're on the cable, you're going down. They had one zip line, man, that was a kilometer long. A kilometer long.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
You have to have a big canopy for that. Like that, they have to be pretty high up for that to work.
Right. So it was actually 13 in this specific. It's called Tourist Park. That they had 30 zip lines. It's like all zip lining, right? You go up, boom, 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 boom. You go up again, and finally you go up. There's a little fair share of hiking, but you go up and it's like, man. And there's an option to do like the Superman version.
Are you going down?
You're going down. They charge extra for that. I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm all good. No thanks, because there is like an abrupt stop, right? It's like there's this thing that they have in the zip line where it move out. It's some type of like catcher, but there is a little bit of a jolt, on stopping your momentum, and I'm like, oof, every time, right? Every time it was wild, but it's a good time. It was a lot of fun. And then after that, we went over to the our second destination, was Volcanic Springs region of La Fortuna. Near the Arenal volcano. We stayed at a resort which had hot springs in crevices. So it was a lot of fun, actually. It was definitely different. You're in Florida, you're at the beach getting drinks. Now if you're at a resort, people come to you, they serve you drinks. In this case here, you're sitting in like these springs and like, it's amazing. Definitely Google it, but you got these springs that about, what did they say it was? 96, I can't do the math in my head, but it's nice and hot, right? 96 Celsius or so.
I can't do the math either. Like, that sounds like it's boiled to death.
That's crazy hot. You might be wrong. You might be wrong on that number.
You might have put the number the wrong way. Maybe that's what it was, a Fahrenheit.
It was Celsius actually. And 96. No, was it? No, it was Fahrenheit. Sorry, 96 Celsius is almost blood. Holy crap, I'm stupid.
You'd be like a lobster.
Yeah, I'd be lobster. Yeah, 96 Fahrenheit. Yeah, because 96 is 100 Celsius. Americans, we don't want to.
Yeah, 96 Celsius is 204 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, we'd be lobster. Yeah, without your podcast highlights. Let's boil. Yeah, I would have come back like a red lobster. But anyway, yeah, it was 6 Fahrenheit. It was really awesome. It was great. I mean, it was just a great time. It was a great reset for me, and we're sad to leave. And it's one of those places like, dude, I don't want to leave. When time slows down, you're on vacation. That's what it was for me. And it really, really felt like I was there longer than I was. So definitely been Costa Rica. Can't wait to be back. But yeah, that was the last. That was pretty much the last 2 weeks.
No, that's what's up. So, mental note: make Chris go last next time he does this. So, because you're about to be super sad if you're still listening to this podcast. Because I ain't anything nearly as exciting. Definitely continue to tune in. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If there's a bell involved, hit it. But just help us to grow the podcast. So if you know someone who might be interested in this type of content, please share it with them. We're trying to hit 500 by June, 1,000 by the end of the year. And then hit up the newsletter. So if you don't have time to listen to us every day, you can just one-stop shop it. Go to the newsletter in your inbox, and they'll have all of our episodes and articles and then stuff like this, like what we're doing outside of cybersecurity in there as well. But yeah, I didn't do much, to be honest with you. But I watched a couple new shows. I watched Suits for the first time. It's interesting. Like I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with it or not. But my junior, my second oldest, he started watching it because he as is what he does. He just starts shows randomly, and I like what I saw, but I don't know if I can stick with it for seasons. It doesn't seem like it would. The type of content that's in there doesn't seem like season upon season worthy. Just I watched a few. Seems cool. The Duchess is in there. I forgot about that. So I'm watching the episodes. I'm like, it's Megan. I was like, okay, it's pretty cool. And then what else did I watch? I did watch something else. The Tom Brady roast. If you have not seen it, I would suggest watching it. I'm always iffy on roasts. Like they're funny, but man, I'd be like, these jokes are real life. They're making fun of your pain, and everybody's laughing. I'm just like, I couldn't do it. I'm like, yo, this is not funny to me. You know what I mean? Like some of these jokes about how my family is in roasts, but it's pretty good. Like, so if you like roast, you definitely enjoy this one because they go pretty hard. But if you just like comedy in general, I think he took it really well. There's some pretty funny jokes were said, but about the other audience members, right? Like the Tom Brady stuff, though, I was like, I don't know about that. Like, and it says X was pretty upset about some of it because there was a lot of shots thrown her way. And then what else? So the Knicks still in it. They play the Pacers tonight. I'm like Chris, though. I'm like iffy on if I should watch it or not. I'm not trying to jinx them, but I like this season of both because like it is actually exciting. It's not the Warriors. It's not the Lakers. It's like New York is in it. The Nuggets are in it. The Timberwolves are in it. Like it's crazy. Like and like competition for real. Like which we haven't seen in a decade. So, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, sorry. I think we were just saying. I think most of us were just getting sick of the whole super team concept instead of LeBron.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see Steph's face. I don't want to see LeBron's face.
Yeah, I don't.
Like I want him to be able to, because I do want him to play with his son. So I need LeBron to be around for at least another couple seasons, so I can see him and his son play on the same team, which will probably be next season. To be honest with you.
So you're a Pacers fan, or
no, I'm a Knicks fan.
Knicks fan, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan, but they weren't good in my childhood, so I watched them, but I was always disappointed. I don't have as much passion for the Knicks as I do for the Bills.
Got it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I follow the Bills. I follow tangentially the Knicks, right? But that's my team. It's either going to be the Knicks or the Raptors, and I was like, I can't root for Canada. Like nothing against y'all, but if I'm going to root for a team, it has to be a New York team. So I picked the Knicks. And then
if you were rooting for a Canadian team, you'd probably be getting dissed right now. Like Kendrick would probably be on you.
He would. I'm trying to stay safe because that dude's on it.
He'd calling you a bum. You know what I'm saying?
Because I've been sending Shannon videos and just trying to break down like the meta of this battle. It's hilarious.
Wikipedia has a song by song breakdown of that battle. I actually I got into it like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, what's this Drake thing going on? And I listened to all the songs. And I'm like, no way, he just did that. You know,
it's crazy. I think it's over though because they're saying like the overt rumors, right? That which sound true is that Drake's having issues with sponsors. Like they don't like because he's being associated as being a pedophile. So. They're saying that he's getting some backlash, and his endorsements are more important than winning this. So I don't expect to see any more tracks come out of Drake anytime soon.
Part of me is like, maybe this is like a rap community intro conspiracy. It's like, hey, let's make some controversy, guys. Let's go. Part of me is like, because I mean, like, I don't know, beef like this isn't like like the '90s, where they're like actually,
right.
It's nowhere near that level of like hate. Of each other, you know what I mean? So part of me is like, maybe this is just some ploy. But I did
too until you started calling him a pedophile.
Yes.
And then I was like, no, that's personal. Like he hates you. He's trying to ruin you.
Oh man! And Drake made that video. Maybe I'm looking at. I saw an AI demo of that, and it's just like, dude, AI thing too good because this is way too funny.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've been, listening to music. A lot of people, because a lot of people had albums ready to drop. So I was like, I saw that it's like 50 Cent versus Kanye. I was like, they both wanted to ratchet up, but no, that Kendrick, it just hates Drake. Like, so that's real. But what else did I do? Didn't really play any games or like that, so I got to get back on Helldivers and stuff like that this week and Final Fantasy. But it was because of work and just doing family events. So it's pretty much be the same thing next week. It'd be a lot of family events. We got my oldest. She's graduating from high school, and part of the curriculum was that she got get her CNA. So they're doing a pinning ceremony next week. So that's pretty cool. Before she heads off to USF for nursing. That's going to be this week. And on top of it, prom is this week. My birthday is this week. So it's going to be a pretty busy week.
So, how your birthday?
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we did birthday dinner last night. So we went to Ruth Chris. It was okay. Like, so I would say I would give them a 7. Like the main course, like the steak was amazing. But it was the like the appetizer was just okay, and the drinks were just okay. But like the main course was delicious, and the dessert was delicious. So I would give them like a 7, 8 maybe. I still prefer Ocean Prime down here. So Ocean Prime's still my number one when it comes to steak, or was it surf and turf? That's my number one still. But no, it was great dinner. It was good to hang out with the missus. Today's Mother's Day, so gonna take her and my mother-in-law to dinner as well with the kids. And, do the gift exchange, all that good stuff. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And then what else did I have coming up? I was on the HMG. So Heroes Media Group is our host. So Adam Bird from Heroes Media Group asked me to come on to talk about the podcast, because he normally does it's like a podcast within a podcast, right? It's a podcast talking about all the podcasts under the umbrella. So he gives us a shout out every week and talks about some of the stuff we cover. Every now and then he has on his podcast host to talk about them as well as their show. Kind of like Ask a CISSP, but about podcasting, right? So I came on and was able to sit down with him. And then, this month is it's Heroes Month, it's Nurses Month, it's Teachers Week, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Like, there's a lot so our topics and all of the other podcasts kind of circled around that. So we kind of talked about a little bit about AI and the future of that, and then quantum computing. So it was really good. Check it out if you have not already. I stuck it in the newsletter, so that way you can one-stop shop. Go to the newsletter, you get all the videos for the week. And then I also was able to give my CISSP tips a publication, so that's also in the newsletter. So check that out. It's really, really cool of them to ask me for my opinion. Give it to them, as well as 5 other certifies, I guess you would say. Those certified also gave their takes on how to prepare for the CISSP exam. So check that out as well. All in the newsletter. That's pretty much it. So short rundown, but it's summertime. We're about to get real busy out here, right? So definitely continue to tune in throughout the week. So Monday and Tuesday are our topics. Wednesday, discussion. Thursdays, Ask a CISSP. So last week was Elizabeth Stevens. So definitely check that one out. She's pioneering as a Marine. She pioneered as a member of the Microsoft team, and now she's blazing new trails with her own DBS Cyber. So check all that stuff out. We got clips, all that good stuff. So check out all of our content so you can see that. And then the next CISSP will probably not be this week, but when it does happen, it will be Delisha Hodo. So I'm going to record that one tomorrow, actually. She's from the SANS Institute, and she brings a wealth of knowledge, as well as a lot of opportunities for people of color, women, and veterans to get their certification. So check that one out. And then that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else that I'm projecting going on, but check out the newsletter. It'll be in there. Hit up all the websites that go by our names, either the other side of the firewall, the other side of the FW, or the Ask a CISSP. And then hit me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. You can find me on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Twitter, Threads, IG, TikTok, and Medium for our articles. And you, Chris, where can they find you?
Find me on LinkedIn under Chris Avicon.
There it is. Stay safe. Stay secure.